Hey everybody, it's Rainbow Ramblings. How you doing? Listen, I'm just going to speak the ugly out loud that's banging around in my head. Carl Colby is the prime suspect in the murder of his girlfriend, Edna Quintana, God rest her soul. That's the fourth girlfriend of Carl Colby that died under mysterious circumstances. The locals in the Moffat area consider Carl Colby to be a serial killer. And he dumped bodies in the area of the Boneyard, which is generally a dumping place for the drug cartel to put their kills. So, who the hell Carl Colby is, we'll never truly know because he's dead. And he was going to be a big witness in Barry Morphew's trial. He would have been freaking fascinating. I don't know how a guy who Barry hired as a tree climber and branch cutter winds up living in $1 million house. Do you? Things that make you scratch your head, hey? And Carl Colby had an associate called Jan Murphy. He's on the witness list too. And Jan helped to conceal the human remains of a murder victim, James Montoya. Now, who else knows what Jan Murphy has done? We'll find out. He's on the witness list. He's currently in prison. His wife, Juanita, was actually the sister of Edna Quintana. So people, the locals, say that Jan and Carl were thick as thieves. Who knows who killed whom, who dumped bodies where? That might be a whole murky thing. Now there's another associate of Barry Morphew currently in prison, Christina Ormsby, Howard Cox, whatever. She's had many names. Who's in there for exploiting children, trafficking, drugs, etc. That's another associate of Barry Morphew. So if you abuse and traffic kids and you traffic drugs and you're a buddy of Barry, he ain't so damn nice, is he? And Carl is his buddy, and Jan Murphy is his buddy. A man is known by the company he keeps. So you lay down with dogs, Barry, you wind up with frickin' fleas, infested with fleas. You have no clean hands. Now, Barry killed Suzanne Morphew. She wound up in the Boneyard. I don't know who put Suzanne there. But who knows? Barry might have ties to some frickin' drug cartel because his wife wound up in the Boneyard. I don't know who else Barry may have killed or where they might be buried. But when you have friends like Carl Colby and Jan Murphy and Christina Ormsby, who the hell knows what you did, Barry? Now, when you go into Barry Morphew, it gets murkier and filthier and all kinds of big connections with big money. There's a big contractor firm in Indiana that got Barry Morphew that disastrous Brooklyn Broomfield retaining wall job. Some of the properties that Barry worked on, they had cadaver dogs there. They had them digging up the concrete looking for Suzanne Morphew. Okay? Barry does a lot of digging and a lot of concreting and stuff. It's called hardscaping all over Colorado. Who knows who he could have buried where when he wasn't on anybody's radar. I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying these are thoughts that pop into my head. And interestingly enough, the property that got dug up, the concrete got dug up, was built by a company affiliated with Diesel Structures, DSI, which is where Barry worked, Morgan Gentile, Cody Cox, Carl Colby, now dead, Jeff Puckett, now dead, Morgan Gentile, ruined. They all had ties to DSI. I don't know what DSI's thing is. I don't know if they're clean or dirty. I don't know what this Indiana firm that got Barry the retaining wall job in Broomfield, I don't know if they're clean or dirty. These companies could be fronts for nefarious crap. I might dig into it, but sometimes it just gets too creepy and gut wrenching and you want to throw up. So I'll work on it. Another associate of Barry Morphew is George Davis. And George Davis had a lot of properties along 285, the nefarious stretch of land in Saguache County, where bodies get dumped. And I don't know if George Davis is clean or dirty, if he's into the drug trade, what connections he has in the construction business, if the people he works for are clean or dirty, or what bodies may be lurking around. But these things crawl into your head when you start researching all this stuff. So I am going to look into George Davis's employment connections, his money connections, the properties along 285 that he owned. George left the area after the Barry Morphew debacle. Now he's a state's witness. Barry actually blamed him for killing Suzanne. Barry blames everybody but Barry. But George Davis, I'm sure, is going to be a hella big witness. And I'm sure if George Davis is a buddy of Barry Morphew, and Barry Morphew is a buddy of Jan Murphy, and Barry Morphew is a buddy with Christina Ormsby, and if he's a buddy with Carl Colby, a suspected serial killer, Barry is bad news, worse than we ever know. So sometimes Rainbow just has to, take a breath, take a bath, take some nausea medicine, take a break. I'll keep digging as I have the nerve to, as I can put some credible proof out there. I don't make allegations and just splatter them all over. I don't do the gossip, rumor, and innuendo thing. I try to research stuff, find parcel numbers, owners, their business connections. But I really got nervous when I found out that Carl Colby, a tree trimmer, lived in $1 million house. So let's see what the hell is up with Barry and crew. Stay tuned. Peace, love, and donuts, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. And just pray that, my nerves are good, my brain is good, my stomach's good, because y'all, sometimes this is like pretty ugly. Talk to you later.